Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the LB Gym. Here in Fredericton, it is a lovely day out, a little bit chilly. Lovely looking weekend, but it is winter, and it does look like we are going to be lucky enough to avoid the large storm that may hit Nova Scotia and parts of southeastern New Brunswick tomorrow into Monday. Starting off here with coverage on ACAA TV, Tommy's TV, all powered by Sports Canada TV of men's volleyball. I'm Bill Gibson, pleased to be your host here all weekend long as we've got 4 matches here, 2 men's, 2 women's. Starting out with the Dal AC men at the host Holland College men. These are 2 teams at opposite ends of the spectrum. Tommy's 13-1, won 11 straight. Tops in the conference. Dal Rams, a program only a few years old, sits at the bottom. 0-14, searching their first win. Be back after O Canada. Just moments away from the starting lineups here today. For the Tommies, they're just 1 win away from locking themselves into no worse than second place as we sit right now. St. Anne is second at 10-4, UNBSJ 7-7, 6-8, Crandall and Holland in 4th and 5th. And for the Rams, it's a nothing to lose attitude. Building a program, come on in, try to knock off the Tommies in one or both of these matches here this weekend. Get a big win. Number 1, Dan Pettipaw out of Trackety, Nova Scotia. Number 4, George Howe, first year out of Moncton. Number 7 is Jabari Benjamin. Number 11 is Jace Thistle, 6'10" out of Dartmouth. He'll play the middle. 13, Alex Stone. Stone, 281 assists on the season. He'll be the center. 14, Alistair Stockdale. Libero's 18, Caden Pegg. And number 2, Finley Rovers. Now the starters for the Tommies. Number 5 is Lucas Levine, outside hitter out of Bathurst. Draws into the starting lineup today. Number 7, Brody Thorogood, center out of Calgary, 6'1". Number 11, the middle, Mason Brewster. 13, also a middle, Kawana Snow, out of Hamilton, New Zealand. Number 14, Nate Beaton, an outside hitter out of Fredericton. Number 20, Sevi Villeneuve, rookie outside out of Bedford. And the Libero, last Sunday's player of the game, and very deservedly so, Braden Bruce, wearing number 1. So a different look starting lineup here for the Tommies. Coach Malay giving a different look with some players an opportunity here to get some time against these Rams. No Kalen Noonan, no Brenton Romanchuk, no Raf Fassay in the starting lineup. They were all in last weekend and have been regulars. It'll be Thorogood in the pivot as the setter for the Tommies in this configuration. Look for Villeneuve and Levine to be big targets for Thorogood, along with Brewster in the middle. Opening serve will go to the Dow Agricultural College Rams and number 7, Jabari Benjamin. 5 service aces, 71 points on the season for Benjamin. In play, played up by Levine. Back for Levine from Bruce. Clean kill, back corner. Alistair Stockdale taking responsibility for that one, getting down. Libero out for the Tommies. Kwana Snow in. And Caden Pegg out of Bracken, Saskatchewan, checks in for the Rams in the white Libero jersey. Tommies in their gold with green trim, played up by Pegg. Backside on the attack, that's too long from George Howe. Mason Brewster with the serve, played up by Pegg. That's Stone for Petapaw, blocked at the net. And free ball, Brewster, Thorogood. And Levine punches it over. We got a violation on the Rams. 3-0 Tommies early in set number 1. For Thistle in the middle, and that's back over to the Tommies. Blocked that time out of play. That's going to be George Howe. And it'll be Howe back to serve. Howe out of Moncton, 145 points, only 4 service aces on the season. That one played up by Villeneuve. Free from Braden Bruce. Stone for Petapaw, blocked at the net. Thorogood and Snow both there. 4-1, side out Tommies for Brody Thorogood. First year out of Calgary, Alberta. Strong looking serve from Thorogood. And Petapaw tries the tip. Levine was there, set up. And free from Bruce again. Thistle for Stone. And from the back row, it's Howe. Now Levine gets it through the block. And that's going to be called a carry on Dal AC. Thorogood smashes it again for Pegg. Nice attack, but Bruce gets it back. That was Petapaw. Stone tries the sneak and kept alive once by Levine. But it's the rookie Alex Stone going on the offensive that time. The noise you hear is the Dal AC women's team on the far side with the metal water bottles on metal bleachers. They're up next against the Tommy women. 6-2 Tommies. Here is Levine. And Levine, too much postage on that delivery. sends Jace Thistle back to serve. 7 service aces, 78.5 points coming into the day for Thistle. And Nate Beaton gets out the big swing, gets that down past Dan Pettipaw. Kawana Snow at 7-3 serves for the Tommies. Free from Benjamin. Set up for Villeneuve, and that might have been going long, but Pettipaw got a piece. Tough call at that back line for Pettipaw. Was committed to it. Kawana Snow out of Hamilton, New Zealand. Shout out if you're watching from New Zealand. That one is going to go as a clean service ace for Snow on that back line. Timeout. Dal AC down 9-3 opening set. Last matches for these clubs. For Dal AC, it was Sunday the 25th. They lost 3-0 at St. Anne, but it was 3-2 the previous day at St. Anne. St. Anne out-hit them 3-4-1 to 0-0. George Howe with 7 kills, 4 block assists for 9 points for Dal AC. Liam Peltier, 18 kills, 31 attacks, 1 error. 548, a service ace, 4 block assists, and a whopping 21 points in a straight setter. That's a big number. For the Tommies, they were also straight set victors last Sunday against Holland College right here at the LB Gym. Out-hit the Hurricanes 264 to 022. Carson Gray, 6 kills and 6.5 points for the Island team. Brenton Romanchuk, 15 kills, 321 percentage, a service ace. Block and a half for 17.5 led the Tommies. Player of the game, Braden Bruce, 15 digs for Stu. Point off the timeout for Dal AC. Brewster stuffed out at the net. Back set for Nate Beaton. Finds the open space again. 10 for Tommies on the Beaton kill. Stone for Benjamin. Bruce drove tongue-tied already. Bruce dove in front of Levine on that one. Levine might have been in better position there. 10-5 Tommies, and it's Stockdale sending that one long. Here's Sebi Villeneuve, 81 points, including 3 service aces on the season. Lock on the side of the Tommies that time as Villeneuve gets one down, aided by the tape off the serve. That time Stockdale played it up on the attack. George Howe. (12-6) for Jabari Benjamin. Brewster. It's going to be a net violation on Dal AC. Either way, Brewster would have had the point for the Tommies. Now Brewster on serve. That one wide from Mason Brewster. Brewster out for the Libero Bruce. And George Howe to the service line. Levine, Thorogood, and Kiwanis Snow tried for the tight angle down along the net and sent it too far. Levine off Dal AC block point, Stu. Brody Thorogood. Wide on the serve. Tommy's up 14-9, but it'll be side out. Dal AC and Dan Pettipaw. Pettipaw, by the stats, looks like he plays a lot at Libero with 185 digs on the season. Beaten again with a strong start for Stu. Another clean kill. And here's Lucas Levine to serve for the Tommies. Strong serve off the hand to Pettipaw. Levine again, that time played up by Peg. Stockdale sends it over. Beaten, Thorogood, Snow, up by Bruce. Thorogood for Villeneuve, blocked by Thistle. Up again for Villeneuve, that time off of George Howe out of play, points Stu. Next break in the play, opportunity to tell you about the team's previous meetings at Dal AC. Be no surprise there because I've already told you about the standings. Officials here with a conversation. I think of somehow ended up with 4 volleyballs in play here. Good catch by the officials to take the one not marked the gamer out of play. First sub in for the Tommies here is number 19, Liam Aikenhead. Aikenhead, first-year player out of Dartmouth, checks in for Lucas Levine. Big serve from Aikenhead, played up by Stockdale. Back row, that's Howe. Thorogood for Villeneuve, blocked by Thistle. And it is the 6'10" Thistle back to serve. Only get a chance to see Dal AC come to town here once a year, and I will say it looks like Thistle's spent a bit of time in the gym since the last time I've seen him. Looking a little stronger is Jace. In for the Tommies, it's number 8, Oscar Luke. And getting that kill is Jabari Benjamin down in front of Luke. Juana Snow back in for Luke. Coach Malay going deeper into the bench than we usually see here. That was Stone on the serve. Villeneuve clean kill. 19-11 STU. Nate Beaton. That time, Stockdale strong enough to get it through the block. Down for a point for the Rams. Alistair Stockdale back. High toss on the serve. Oh, a little change of pace that time from Stockdale. And that's Villeneuve gets it in front of Stockdale. Not sure if that serve was a planned. Change of pace play or whether slight miss hit, I'm not sure. Going to look planned to me. Back set big swing. Howe finds the open space for another Ram point. 2013 for Jabari Benjamin out of Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, second-year player. Aikenhead blocked, but off of Aikenhead and out of play. Stuck six, the Rams. Benjamin again. Bruce, Thorogood, Beaton. He's been pretty good, but got too much air under that one. Benjamin again. Played up by Aikenhead. Thorogood. Brewster blocked. Stone sets Thistle. Bruce is there. There's Aikenhead. And again, it's Thistle with a block. Right there as well, George Howe. Here comes Lucas Levine for Liam Aikenhead at 2016. Levine slots into that left side. A lot of length there in Thistle. The 5'9" Aikenhead giving up over a foot. Brewster wide. Benjamin serves again. Levine. Benjamin dives in front of Stockdale. Point Tommy's up 4. And 4 points away from closing out the opening set. Here is Mason Brewster. Played up by Peg. Stone for Pettipaw, and another one through the block for Pettipaw and the Rams. Levine blocked by Thistle and Stone. Blocking of Thistle, definitely a factor here in the opening set. Levine free. Trying to sneak that time, Stone. Bruce was ready for it. In the back row, Beaton goes too long. 21-20 Tommies. Side out, Rams and George Howe. This point goes to Dal. You can almost bet there'll be a timeout coming. Free from Bruce. Thistle, Stone, from the back row, Stockdale, and there is the point, and there is the timeout. Oh, there's the break in the play. I can tell you about the meetings between these teams previous in the year. Way back on November 8th and 9th at Dal AC. The 8th, it was 3-0 STU. They out-hit Dal AC 525 to 237. Brewster, 10 kills on 10 attacks, no errors. A perfect 1,000 hitting percentage that match. 4 block assists for 12 points. Brenton Romanchuk, 7 kills on 13, 1 error, 462. 5 service aces for 12 points. Which George Howe, 6 kills, 1.5 blocks for 7.5 for Dal AC. The next day, another 3-0 Tommy victory on the 9th. They would hit Dal AC 420 to 244. That day, it's Kalen Noonan, 12 kills on 26 attacks, 2 errors for a 385 percentage and 12 points. And Orson DeRosa led Dal AC, 11 kills on 30 with 7 errors, a 133 and 11 points. Alistair Stockdale, 6 kills and 10 total points. That time it's no block by Thistle, 22-21, Dal AC. Free from Levine. Stone. Bruce gives it right back. Stone that time. Set up Howe. Here's free from Beaton. Stone for Pettapaw. Goes short and gets it down in front of Nate Beaton. 23-21 Dal AC. And George Howe with a point here can put Dal AC 1 point away from taking the opening set. Instead, it's a wide serve. Tommy's down a single point for Brody Thorogood. Pettapaw off Tommy block out of bounds. Point Dal AC. Sitting on a pair of set points here are the Rams. Taking 2 sets last Saturday at St. Anne, on the verge of taking a set here against the first place Tommies. That one tipped over. Ends up down on the Dal AC side, pointing the Pointies, the Tommies. The Tommies save a set point. You know, every once in a while the tongue gets over the eye teeth. I can't see what I'm saying. That's a good one right there, the Pointies. Here we go, Levine. Oh, gets a break off the net, do the Tommies. Tie the first set at 24. You gotta be good to be lucky, you gotta be lucky to be good, one of the two. Here's Levine. That time, just long, 25-24, Dal AC. Another opportunity for AC with a set point. And Jace Thistle, who has been a thorn in the side of the Tommies this set, can close it out. There's Beaton, and Beaton goes long. There it is. First set to the Dal Rams. That's exactly the type of building block you're talking about when you're a program a few years old. Doesn't matter who the Tommies are running out there and who they're not. You're taking a set on the road from the team that's in first place in the conference. Let's see if Coach Mallet and the Tommies swing back here to some of the regulars that we've seen. Haven't seen Fassé, Romanchuk, or Noonan, really three of the, what you would normally say are top Tommy players in terms of stats and points. It appears not. It appears more of the same. All three of those guys are standing. Villeneuve, Levine, Brewster, Beaton. Thorogood and Snow. See if I can get the stats to work here from the first set. Dal Rams 11 kills, 2 errors, 27 attacks at 333. The Tommies 15 kills, 9 errors, 36 attacks, a 167. So Dal pretty much doubling up the hit percentage of this Tommies club. 5 total blocks for Dal, no surprise there. Tommies +2 on digs. 2 more service errors for the Tommies, 4 service aces for STU to none. Individual stats leading the way for the Dal Rams. It is George Howe, 4 kills and 1 total block. Pettipaw, 3 kills. Peg and Jace Thistle each credited with 3 digs. Thistle, 5 total blocks. Tipped over that time wide. Tommy leaders, Lucas Levine, 5 kills. Sebi Villeneuve, 4 kills. 14 assists, Thorogood. 2 service aces, Levine. 4 digs, Bruce. And 1 block by Thorogood. So blocks of Thistle, 5 in that opening set. Major impact. And that's Thistle that time wide. First 2 points of set 2 to the Tommies. Brewster serves. Peg played that one up. There's Thistle on the attack. Tipped over by Thorogood. Thorogood tries that one again. Oh, quick feet there by the linesperson, and that one's kept alive, but it finds the Raptors. The Raptors. Man, I am having tough time talking. Finds the rafters here in the LB gym. Might be some Raptors up there too. Not sure. Very easily could be nesting. Well, of course, with the Tomcats prowling around here in STU. There's Levine. And net violation point, Tommies 4-0. Now as they've opened the second set pretty strong. And all the while I'm getting my tongue untied here. Brewster. Immediately on the attack on that errant pass is Kawana Snow. Brewster short that time into the net. control on that first pass, so important for setting up the offensive attack. 5-1 STU. Here's Howe. Played up by Levine. There's Thorogood. Back for Levine. Peg is there. Stone. And Pettipaw. That's going to be called a double hit on Stone. Big swing that time. Stockdale gets it through Tommy Block. Pettipaw in play at 6-2. Levine punches it deep. Point Tommies. See if the Tommies adjust to the blocking and try to go a little more over the top instead of through. That time blocked was Stockdale. Howe blocked as well by Snow. George Howe too strong. Timeout, Coach Wall. And the Rams. Rams down 9-2, want an opportunity to talk it over. Nine-2 Tommies. Levine to serve. Played up by Pettipaw. There's Stone. Back set for Howe. Thistle met at the net by Snow. Point Tommies. 10-2. Played up Stockdale, Stone, Stockdale. Touched by the way, on the way through by the Tommies. It's going to go be a point for the Rams. Benjamin back in and Thistle to serve. A little knuckler that time from Jace, it looked like. Stockdale too strong. Stockdale out of Somerville, Nova Scotia. Second year of eligibility. 11-3 Tommies, it's Kiwana Snow. Snow doing a little fishing that time, finds the net. Villeneuve. Played up by Peg, Stone, and Howe. Levine was there, Bruce. Free from Beaton. Peg, Stone, Benjamin. Good up by Levine. Villeneuve through the block and down. Little different looking wall there without Thistle on the court. 12-2, and it's Beaton on serve. Stockdale net. Point Tommies, 13. Pardon me, 13. It was 12-2, now it's 13. Slow down. 13-4 now. It was 12-4. Now down the line, how to play off the Tommies. Point Dal AC. As you can tell, folks, I'm having fun, but it's not my finest hour here, that's for sure. Here's Stockdale. Service error into the net for Stockdale. It will be Sebi Villeneuve. Back to serve. Clean cross-court kill that time for George Howe. And little collision under the net there, Levine and Howe. Everybody appears to be all right. Little handshake there from between Howe and Levine. Benjamin, Bruce, Thorogood, Brewster. Clean kill, Mason Brewster. Brewster, one of the best in the conference on the attack. In fact, the best at .516 coming into today in terms of hit percentage. Stone for Thistle! Levine. Peg got it, but straight up into the paraphernalia in the rafters here. Net serve that time from Thorogood. One thing I will say, the Dow Rams women's team using up a bit of energy here with the distractions on the far side when the Tommies are serving. Getting a great chuckle out of it. Looks like they've got some recorders over there that are reminding me of elementary school music class. Noisemakers of some sort. Rubber chickens, bunch of things going. It's great. Here's Levine. And that one long. (17-9) for Thistle. Played up by Levine, Thorogood for Beaton. Beaton having a good contest for the Tommies. Subbing in for STU, number 2, Kevin Douglas. 6'6" middle out of Surrey, BC. Douglas immediately back to serve. Douglas in for Kawana Snow. Evan Douglas does have a service ace on the season. Benjamin. And that's off Levine. (18-10) Tommies. Here comes Douglas out, Snow back in. And now here is Alex Stone, the rookie setter out of Halifax, on serve. Little floater that time. And there is Brewster in the middle. Comes Evan Mosley, number 15, out of Crossfield. Alberta, 6 foot 6 inch middle. At 19-10 Tommies in for Mason Brewster. Off of Mosley, set up by Thorogood. Villeneuve, Bruce is there. Free from Beaton. And, not quite free back from Stockdale. Yeah, there's a kill for Evan Mosley. He's going to be number 1 on the season, and number 1 as a Tommy, at least in the regular season for Mosley. Beaton, played up by Pegg. There's Stone and Stockdale. Bruce, Thorogood. Villeneuve off a block and in. I think that was off a couple of Dal Ram arms. Beaton. Benjamin with a push. Levine is there. That was Mosley on the attack again. Stone goes wide. Stockdale on that attack from Stone. Howe off block, Levine is there. Villeneuve off of Pegg. Well tracked down by Pettipaw. Free from Stone, Bruce. Thorogood. And back row is Lucas Levine with a big swing. Beaton with the Tommies, up 23-10. Stone for Howe. That one off the antenna. Point Tommies. Multiple set points here for Stu. They look to even this at 1 set apiece. Oh, that one I didn't think was blocked. I thought that was all net. Villeneuve. That was played by Pettipaw. I think it was going long. Let's see if the Tommies can benefit. Stone for Howe, off block. Beaton is there. Thorogood, back row Levine. That one is wide. Set point saved by the Rams. Stockdale on the service line. High toss, big swing, played by Bruce. Thorogood, Villeneuve. That one long as well from the Tommies. Another set point save, but still facing another dozen of those are the Rams. Stockdale, Bruce, and Villeneuve. Off block. Point Tommies, and the second set goes to Stu, 25-12. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back, give you stats from that set and the match overall. Welcome back to the LB Gym. We're tied at one set apiece. I'm Bill Gibson, pleased to be your host here on ACAA TV and Tommy's TV on YouTube. Men's volleyball starting the day. Women's match to come after this. It is the Tommies and the Dow Rams tied at a set apiece. In that second set, the Dow Rams 6 kills, 9 errors, 30 attacks. That's going to be, oh, hold on. Just reset there. I must have been looking at the Tommy stats. In that set, the Dow Rams 4 kills, 7 errors, 18 attacks, a -167. And for the Tommies in set 2, oh, something's not right with the stats. It's only showing the Tommies with Tommy 6 kills, no errors, 11 attacks, a 5.45 percentage. I don't know that I trust that. And now they just changed again just as I'm talking for set 2. So something strange going on there with the stats from my connection there too. Let's try that again. In that set, the Tommies 14 kills, 2 errors, 26 attacks, a 4.62 percentage. Yeah, they keep flipping back and forth here. There's something strange happening. Team comparison overall, the Rams hitting 152, the Tommies 260. Tommies 23 kills to the Rams 16. Don't know that I fully trust that based on the way the stats are. Yeah, because the stats right now that I'm looking at still have us midway through the second set. I'm just going to try to back totally out of these and now try to go back in. Now it says one set apiece. And that set summary. Second set for Dow AC, 6 kills, 9 errors, 30 attacks. No, there's not. Something strange happening with the online stats. It flipped back again. Sorry, folks. We'll keep checking that throughout the match, but every time I go to read it, it's changing to something different. There's Levine, who managed to get one down. Here to start set number 3. Benjamin, Pettipaw, Stockdale, Howe, Stone, and Thistle, with Peg in the Libero jersey for the Dow Rams. That's Evan Mosley serving. Villeneuve, Beaton, Snow, Levine, and Thorogood, along with Braden Bruce. For Stu, 1-1. The Rams pick up a point there. And here is George Howe. Villeneuve too strong. Thistle plays it up. And down the line goes Dan Pettipaw for the point. Net service from George Howe. 2-2 for Thorogood. Thistle with the tip. Bruce down for the pancake, but needed the crepe to get underneath that one of Thistle. 3-2 Rams, set number 3. Played up by Villeneuve, there's Thorogood. And Levine, a little too strong for George Howe. Pettipaw called over. Levine off the net. Kept up by Stockdale. Free from Pettipaw. Bruce. Thorogood beaten. Off block. Peg. Stone. And Stockdale. And that one chipped in to the open space. Villeneuve goes wide, another point for the Rams. Here's Thistle. Down 5-4. It's Kiwanis Nose to serve for Stu. Up by Peg. Stone. Benjamin sends it long. Snow puts us in play. Played up by Peg. Drifts too far, set by Mosley, tipped Villeneuve. Stone for the back row. And Howe, played up by Levine. And Evan Mosley blocked by Jabari Benjamin. Stone on the serve. Villeneuve on the attack for the Tommies. There's Howe. Oh, and Howe pulled the string. 7-5, Dal AC. That's a great get by Peg. Mosley through the block. Benjamin keeps it alive. Stone. Oh, free there. You could have put something on that, I think. Villeneuve through the block and down. Point Tommies. Stockdale just couldn't get the feet set to go up in time to do much more with it. Timeout, Tommies. Tommies ranked 5th in the nation coming in here today, the only ACAA team ranked. Short message delivered there by Tommy's coach, Henri Mallet. Was direct and to the point, I'll say that. I don't know what the exact words are, but if I had to guess, it would be something like, you guys want to keep playing, and this one you got to get her going. Stockdale, big serve. There's Bruce. Thorogood tries to go on the offensive, and that one is into the net. Here comes Mason Brewster in for Evan Mosley. At 9-6. Rams in set 3, tied at a set apiece. Played up by Bruce, and that one off the paraphernalia in the ceiling. (10-6) Rams. Played by Villeneuve. Thorogood for Villeneuve. That pass a little too close to the net. And there's Brewster again. That pass might have been a little too close to the net from Thorogood. Tough to tell on that second one from my angle. Clearly the first one drifted a little bit. (11-6) Stockdale. Played by Bruce. Was Villeneuve, big swing, good get by Stockdale, free from Benjamin. That pass is in a little better position, but partially blocked. Up by Beaton, Thorogood, free from Bruce. Stone, Peg, and Howe. Thorogood on the attack that time. Benjamin missed the tip. Point Tommies, 11-8 in favor of Dal AC for Villeneuve. Big swing for Benjamin. A little too strong for Braden Bruce. Benjamin on the serve. There's Levine off block. Up by Stockdale. There's Stone. Howe. Blocked and down on the Tommy sideline. Benjamin. Little miss hit from Levine. Free from Villeneuve. He had to run in over that attack line. Nice hit by Pettipaw. Levine. Blocked by Thistle again. Tommies need to get it away from that block of Thistle, particularly when he gets, I'll say, slanted to one side of the court. Brewster around the block with a little punch shot that time, results in a Dow Ram net violation. Nice swing that time from Dan Pettipaw. (15-9) Rams. Bruce gets under that one somehow. And that time Levine. Oh, got it through the block, but net violation. 16-9, Dal AC. And here comes Liam Aikenhead to check in for Lucas Levine. Message there for George Howe on the service line. Played for Liam Aikenhead. That's what I thought it might have been, and Beaton gets the kill. Down 6. Thorogood. Strong serve. Stone Thistle. And not enough from Thorogood. As once again, Jace Thistle with the impact shot. Now want a net serve from Pettipaw. Here's Aikenhead. Big serve played by Stockdale. There's Peg. Stockdale on the tip. That's another point down in front of the Tommies. (18-11). Thistle again. Aikenhead. Blocked was Snow. Stone for Stockdale. Off the beaten block, point Dow Rams. 19-11. Thistle again. Net serve, Aikenhead gets that one up. Thorogood for Beaton, tipped. Pettipaw is there. There's Stockdale on the swing for the kill. This all played up by Aikenhead. He's been the target of the serve since he came in. Double hit by the Tommies. Up 10 now in the third set are the Dow Rams. Thistle again for Aikenhead. Bruce, Villeneuve. Douglas subbing in for Kiwanis Snow. Kevin Douglas back to serve. Mason Brewster in for the Libero. Bruce on the Tommy side. Peg in for Thistle. Douglas played up by Peg. Jabari Benjamin gets the kill. No blockers there for the Tommies that time. Still up 10, 22-12. Aikenhead, Beaton. Villeneuve. We point Tommies. I think that touched the Dow player on the way through. Getting it down on the Tommy side off the block was George Howe. 23-13, 2 points away from taking a second set here against the Tommies. One set apiece. We are deep into set number 3. Villeneuve Played by Pettipaw from the back row, Stockdale. And Beaton can't get underneath that one. And now sitting on 11 set points are the Dow Rams. Villeneuve. Too strong that time for Peg. Peg had a piece. Well, they save a set point there. Now face 10 of them with Villeneuve on the serving line. This one can't try to do too much with it. Just get it in, keep alive is the goal. Make the Rams make a play, and they're going to right there. But Howe goes wide. Space looked like it was there from up here. Another set point saved with Villeneuve on the service line. And again, make them beat you. Another set point saved for Villeneuve. Peg couldn't get that one enough under control. Played up by Peg. Stone. And short was Pettipaw. It's going to be 4 straight points now for the Tommies. 24-17. You might see a Dow timeout if this one is successful. And finishing off, Jabari Benjamin. No need for the timeout at all. 2-1, Dal AC against the first place STU Tommies. Tommies deep into their bench today. Number of the regulars, including some of the leaders in the conference, have not seen the court at least yet. See if that changes here. Does not look like it's going to change here. Still see Romanchuk, Say, and Noonan roaming around the outside of the pack here. Try the stats one more time, see if they cooperate. And if they don't cooperate this time, and I continue to sound just like a bumbling idiot like I did last time I looked at the stats, I will set them astray. Well, so far it looks so good. Dal Rams in set 3, 15 kills, 4 errors, 30 attacks, a 3.67. The Tommies, 9 kills, 6 errors, 32 attacks, and 0.94. Overall, the Rams, 87 attacks, 32 kills, 15 errors, a 1.95. The Tommies, 95 attacks, 38 kills, 18 errors, and a 2.11. Tommies, 37-32 in favor of assists. 5 service aces for STU, but 10 service errors. 1 service ace for the Rams against only 7 errors. 8 blocks for the Rams, 4 for the Tommies, 6 of those of the solo variety for Dal AC. Leaders for the Dal Rams, George Howe 10 kills, Alistair Stockdale 8, Jabari Benjamin 6, Caden Pegg 6 digs, Jace Thistle 2 kills and 6 blocks. For the Tommies, Lucas Levine and Sebi Villeneuve 11 kills each. 11 digs for Braden Bruce. 32 assists, Brody Thorogood. And 2 blocks for Kawana Snow. Here's the stats are back cooperating. A little adjustment of the antenna. Got a couple off that antenna in that set, and the linesperson, a little adjustment to make sure they like what they're seeing. And now some help from the second official. Set to go now. Snow, Levine, Thorogood, Beaton, Villeneuve, and Brewster for the Tommies. It'll be Brewster set to serve. Thistle, Stone, Howe, with Pettipaw, Stockdale, and Peg in the Libero jersey. Out off the Tommies, point Rams. Free from Beaton, put away at the net by Snow. Stone can't corral the first pass, and it's point Tommies. Thorogood on the service line for Stu. Stockdale on the attack. That one finds the back line from George Howe. And here's Dan Pettipaw. Five-two Rams. And there's Kawana Snow. We'll say the Rams look like the livelier team here at this point. Here is Lucas Levine. That one is in down the far sideline. Six-three Dow. Here is Thistle. That one out. Beaten wide. No, overruled by the lead official here. That one called indeed in. Down two at 6-4. Here's the Tommies, big serve. And Benjamin with the hammer. Brewster at the net with Benjamin. Eight 4 Dow Rams. That one long point to the Tommies. It's beaten. Peg, Stone, and Stockdale gets it down in front of Bruce. And Bruce might have hurt the hand on that play. He's up holding it. Played up by Beaton. That was Brewster on the attack. That one called in on the line. Point Dal AC. Let's get a look here at Braden Bruce. Does have that right thumb already typed up. Looked like that might have got jammed down on the floor that time. He's tougher than a $2 steak, though, so he's going to stay in. Buddy that plays Libero has to be. Villeneuve, big swing for the kill. Comes Romanchuk in for Nate Beaton. Brenton Romanchuk out of Dewberry, Alberta. His fourth year with the Tommies. First action here in this match. Wide that time was Pettipaw. 9-7. Villeneuve on the serve. That one just out. Little message there from Coach Mallet relayed to the lead official from our by Sebi Villeneuve. Not sure exactly what that was. Back set that time for Howe. Romanchuk. That one called out. And now the Rams warned. Didn't see exactly what the warning was about. And again, relayed. Thought the Tommies were saying he was already been warned, so that should have been additional penalty there. That pass drifts to the wrong side of the net. 11-8 Dal AC. Play by Bruce. Romanchuk off block. Point Stu. Kawana Snow back in for the Libero Bruce. Played up by Peg. Thistle on the tip. Snow on the attack. Peg was there. Stone. Back row Stockdale. There for the block. Kawana Snow, Lucas Levine. I think Snow's going to get that one. Down 1 for Mason Brewster. Service ace, Mason Brewster. Tied at 11 in set 4. Timeout, Rams. So the Tommies are going to keep the win streak alive. They're going to have to do it in 5-set fashion here, down 2-1 to the Dow Rams. And boy, am I glad I teed this one up as I did for the nothing to lose. Dow Rams play hard, look for a win, keep trying to build the program. Exactly what they're doing here. And full credit to them. Tied 11, 4th set. The Tommies out of the timeout. And Villeneuve once again talking to the lead official. Brewster. Nice swing that time by George Howe. Howe on the service line. And that one somehow got around the antenna. Well read by Bruce, that one wide, points Tommies. Tied at 11, Peg. Stone with the sneak, gets it to go on Lucas Levine. Up 1 for Dan Pettipaw. Romanchuk. Clean kill, Brenton Romanchuk. Lucky number 13 each. Peg. Stone. Howe. Pass too strong. Thistle is there. Stone. Now Stockdale blocked at the net. Thistle. Over. Villeneuve on the touch. Romanchuk on the attack. Off the block. Out of play. Thistle and Pettipaw were there. Going to be a line violation on Lucas Levine. Gives the point right back. And it'll be Jace Thistle to serve. That one off the side of the hand of Lucas Levine. And that's 15-14 Rams for Thistle. Again off the hand of Levine, out of play. 16-14. Thistle. Bruce, Thorogood, Romanchuk. In rhythm that time, Breton Gets the kill for STU, brings them back within 1. This is a must-have 4th set for STU. This Thistle out for the Libero Peg. And here's Kawana Snow. Played up by Peg, Stone. Benjamin blocked that time. Stockdale. Can't get that one around the antenna. Tied at 16. Snow net service, 17-16 Rams. Alex Stone. He's been at the center of things here for the Rams all day. Thorogood, Romanchuk, tip, nice play. 17-17 for Brenton Romanchuk. He's been a factor since he's entered here in this 4th set, as he's been all season long for the Tommies. Too long that time, though, on the serve. 18-17. Stockdale, played up by Villeneuve. Thorogood, and cleaning it up with the hammer that time is Mason Brewster. And now the Tommies called to the net for the Brewster salute. Here's Villeneuve, serving for STU. Played up by Peg, Stone. Pettipaw, off block, Bruce. Punch that one up, and it is George Howe cleaning it up for the 1-point edge for Dow. Thorogood plays that one over. Thistle plays it right back. 20-18 Dow. Do the Dow Rams have what it takes to close out their first victory of the season here up to, we get to the latter stages of set 4. And do the Tommies, as configured, have the resilience to fight back and force a 5th set? Romanchuk off block. That's going to be a point for Dow. And Thistle with a big smile after that one. Timeout, Tommies. Down 3. So far in set 4, the Dow Rams, 11 kills, 6 errors, 26 attacks, 192 and 21 points. The Tommies, 9 kills, 3 errors, 20 attacks, 318 points overall. Tommies out hitting Dow 226 to 195. Individual stats, the Tommies, Villeneuve 12 kills, Levine 11. 13 digs for Bruce, 41 assists for Thorogood. The Dow Rams, Howe 14 kills, Stockdale 11. 36 assists for Stone. 14 digs for Peg. 7 block points for Thistle. And Mason Brewster gets a kill at the net that time. Guess that's 7 total blocks for Thistle as I look at the stats. That was a total blocks. Off a block kept alive by Thorogood. Snow for Levine. Levine too strong for Peg. Tommy's back within 1. Strong serve. Thistle blocked. Tommy's Brewster kept it alive. And that's going to be a point for Dal AC. Now 3 points away. Here's George Howe. Thorogood on the attack, didn't have much of a choice there. Pettipaw, Tommy got a piece. Thorogood for Romanchuk. Brenton Romanchuk gives the Tommies another one. Down 1. It's Brody Thorogood, the rookie out of Calgary for the Tommies. Played up by Stockdale. There's Stone and Pettipaw. Bruce. Thorogood too strong on the pass. Levine was there. Over from Stockdale in a free ball form. And there he is again. Brenton Romanchuk. Ties us at 22. Timeout taken. It's been a fun one. It is indeed fun watching programs grow. Of course, I always have fun here anyway, but the Rams here late in set 4. So close they can taste it, just a few points away. But the Tommies fighting back to tie it at 22. Really like what the Rams have got here out of Howe and Stockdale today, along with Thistle. Peg's been pretty good in the Libero jersey. And Stone, of course, distributing the ball. Thorogood played up by Stockdale. There's Stone. In the back row, it's Howe. Thorogood. Villeneuve for Romanchuk. Romanchuk again finds the space, and it's the Tommies in front by 1. Steady diet of Brenton Romanchuk here in this 4th set has put the Tommies back in front. Net shot, Peg gets it. Blocked that time by Levine, free. Villeneuve, Thorogood, Romanchuk again! Tommies sitting on a couple set points now. Thorogood. Pettipaw, Thistle on the tip. Bruce is there. Thorogood, that time Levine. And Levine gives the 4th set to Stu. Tied at 2 sets each now. Who has the fortitude for the 5th? We'll find out very shortly. I'm going to take a short break. Load up the stats. And get ready for set number 5. All right, in that fourth set, it was the Rams, 11 kills, 6 errors, 36 attacks, a 139 percentage. The Tommies, 16 kills, 4 errors, 31 attacks, a 387. Overall, the Rams hitting 179, 179, pardon me, to the Tommies 254. Assists 52-11 in favor of STU. Service aces 5-7 in favor of STU. Service errors, STU has more at 13-8. Digs 51-43 Tommies. Total blocks 11-6 favoring the Rams. 8 of those of the solo variety. And the individual stats, Howe with 14 kills, Stockdale with 11 for Dal AC. Benjamin at 7. 36 assists for Alex Stone. 2 service aces for Thistle. 15 digs for Peg. 8 total blocks for Jace Thistle. And for the Tommies, Lucas Levine, 13 kills, Sebi Villeneuve, 12. Brenton Romanchuk in limited action, 9. Didn't start until partway, or didn't enter the match until partway through that fourth set and went on an absolute tear. 2 errors and a 636 percentage for Romanchuk in that limited action. 45 assists for Thorogood. 2 service aces, Levine. 16 digs for Bruce. 3 total blocks for Kawana Snow. They are your stat leaders. Now a race to 15. Tommies, do they have the momentum coming out of set 4? And can the Rams somehow find a way to push their way into the win column? Benjamin, Stone, Stockdale, Thistle, Howe, and Pettipaw for the Rams. Levine, Bruce, Thorogood, Brewster, Villeneuve, and Romanchuk. There is Bruce, Thorogood. Levine off block, out of play, point STU. Here now Mason Brewster. And that's going to be a clean kill for George Howe. Like I said earlier, this Rams program only been back in existence for a few years. Takes a special breed of person, coach, player, everyone involved to be involved in building a program up like that, and nothing but respect for what Coach Wall and the Rams program have done. An opportunity for another 15 to 18 young men to play volleyball at the collegiate level, and all the good that comes out of that. There's Romanchuk, blocked that time. That time free from Villeneuve. Stone for Thistle. Bruce is there. Levine played up by Pettipaw. Out of play, 2-2. Set 5. Thorogood. Peg. Stone. Pettipaw blocked by Romanchuk. Big serve from Thorogood. Thistle tries the tip. Tommies are there on the block. That's going to be Snow, I believe, wins the tip contest 4-2 Tommies. And here's Thorogood. In the back row was Howe. Levine gets that one through. Thistle tries to dump it deep and goes just a few inches too long. Timeout, Dow Rams, as the Tommies make it a third of the way to the 15 points needed to take set number 5. Little time check here, 5:44. Yeah, our women's match, it's supposed to start at 6. It's not going to. And not to take the eyes off of this one or the focus off of this one, but that should be a dandy. Dal AC and the Tommy women. Both the Tommy women matches this weekend. Maybe their toughest weekend of the season in terms of the clubs that are coming to town, Dal AC and Mount A. But lots of great action here in fifth set. 5-2 Tommies. Thorogood. Played. And that's Kawana Snow goes on the attack. I think that might have been Petapaw on that far side. Yeah, it was Petapaw over there who first pass off the Thorogood serve went a bit long. 6-2 Tommies. They look to get a battle back victory here after being down 2-1. That one is long. Thorogood for Kawana Snow. Big swing for Snow. And here comes Liam Aikenhead in for Lucas Levine. And over to Aikenhead back to serve. Up 4 at 7-3, Aikenhead. Played up by Stockdale. Stone for Howe. Here comes Villeneuve on the attack. And Villeneuve gets it down in front of Dan Petapaw. 8-3 Tommies. And this is going to be the change sides here at the 8-point mark of set number 5. Tommy women, Ram women are stretching about here on the upper deck. Aikenhead, big serve, played up Stockdale. Stone for Stockdale, off block. Out of play, point for Dow Rams. Here's Thistle. Aikenhead. Romanchuk again. Just into open space that time, Brenton Romanchuk. And Kevin Douglas in for Kawana Snow. At 9-4, it'll be Douglas back to serve. Shout out if you're watching from BC. Happy to have you along. Happy to have you along wherever you might be across this fine country or around the world. Aikenhead. Villeneuve block. Thorogood there. Villeneuve again on the attack. Oh, kept alive, and that one going to be a point for the Tommies. 10-4 as they have got themselves out to a strong lead here in set number 5. Douglas again on the serve. Peg. Howe. Stockdale. Aikenhead. Romanchuk. And Romanchuk, piece of the net that time. And also, I think, a piece of Stockdale. Snow back in for Douglas at 10-5. And now Snow out in favor of the Libero Bruce. That's Stone on the serve. Villeneuve off a block off of Bruce. 10-6. So you want to be a Libero. Punched back. Now punched over. Villeneuve is there. Thorogood back set for Romanchuk. Blocked. Kept up Bruce now for Villeneuve. Villeneuve blocked out of play. 11-6 Tommies. Good rally there. And now Brenton Romanchuk, who even despite playing limited time, this might be the Tommy player of the match here for what he's been able to do. Not touch, point Tommies, that one. A little too much postage. (12-6) Romanchuk again. Strong serve, Romanchuk. Played up Pettipaw. Howe down the line wide. Well read by Romanchuk. Tommy's 2 points away from a 3-2 set victory here over the Dow Rams. Oh, Brewster! Spicy mustard on that one, way up to hammer that one home. Tommy's 1 point away now. Romanchuk on serve can give it to them. And that one just wide. Romanchuk was looking for that backline ace. Didn't quite get it. And now here's Stockdale down 7. Tommy sitting on 7 match points. Goes quick here in set 5. Bruce gets underneath that one. And Mason Brewster finishes it for Stu. 15-7 in set 5. The Tommies win it 3-2. They run their record atop the conference to 14-1. These same two teams back at it tomorrow at 12 noon right here, ACAA TV in the LB Gym if you can get here. This Dal AC team gave the Tommies all they wanted and then some today. High marks for Dal AC and how this program is building. They'll be back fighting for it again here tomorrow. No reason for heads hung over there. Did get close in that set number 4. But the Tommies and Brenton Romanchuk come back just a little too strong for Dow Rams on this day. We got about 30 minutes before the women's match. Come on back then. See you tomorrow for everyone here at St. Thomas and the always amazing Alice. That'll do it for men's action today. See you shortly.